If you're getting ready to retire, or already retired, selling these 5 things can really improve your retirement and increase your peace of mind and confidence moving into this next stage. I am not a professional in these topics. I am just here to share with you what worked for me after retiring at 65. Well, this will be different than anything else you've seen because most retirement advice focuses on what to buy or how much to save. But after 10 years of retirement, I've learned that one of the secrets isn't about accumulating more. It's about strategically letting go of the right things at the right time. I'll start with the one that makes the biggest financial impact, and then I'll give you a simple 3-step framework at the end to help you decide whether to sell or let go of these things. Over those 10 years, I've seen there are 2 types of retirees. The first are thinking, am I ready to retire? And do I have enough? If that's you, this can help increase your confidence. The second type says, I know I'm ready to retire. It's time to take advantage of these years and start doing the things I've been putting off. If that's you, this will help you maximize this period of life to the fullest. I'll start with the one that makes the biggest financial impact, and then I'll give you a simple 3-step framework at the end to help you decide whether to sell or let go of these things. 1. The oversized house. The most common thing people sell before or during retirement is their oversized house. It wasn't always oversized. It was the perfect size when they were raising 3, 4, or 5 kids. But now the kids are gone. One of my friends raised 5 children in their home. All of them were independent. They loved their location, walking distance to downtown, close to a beautiful park. But they no longer loved the cold Illinois winters. They decided to sell their house and use the equity to buy a condo in the same location for summer and live in a warmer climate during winter. They never regretted it. They freed up $200,000 in equity, cut $15,000 per year in maintenance and utilities, and gained freedom over where they lived. Most importantly, they stopped being house managers and started being life managers. 2. Financially supporting adult children at the expense of your retirement. This one is hard because it goes against parental instinct. But here's the reality. If you're 60 years old, you likely have fewer than 1,000 weeks of healthy, active time left. Your adult children have decades to build wealth and recover from mistakes. I have seen parents who delayed retirement by 3 years to help their daughter buy a house. It came from love, but those were 3 prime retirement years they never got back. Their daughter could have used a conventional mortgage and built responsibility over time. There are loans for houses, cars, and education, but there are no loans for retirement. If you can afford to help your children without harming your future, that's fine. But don't sacrifice your limited time for problems your children can solve themselves. 3. Expensive toys that have become burdens. This includes boats, RVs, and classic cars. I know a guy, Tom, spent 20 years restoring classic cars. He owned 5 beautifully restored vehicles. As retirement approached, those cars were costing him over $12,000 per year in storage, insurance, maintenance, and registration. And he drove them maybe 6 times a year. At first, he refused to sell. Those cars weren't just vehicles. They were his life's work. But over time, he realized he was keeping them for who he used to be, not who he was now. He sold 4 and kept his favorite. his first restoration. The result? $9,000 less in yearly expenses. $180,000 freed up. Less stress, more enjoyment. He kept the joy without the burden. The lesson isn't to sell what you love. It's that keeping everything can prevent you from enjoying anything. 4. Multiple cars in retirement. If you're married and no longer commuting, do you really need 2 cars? One couple calculated the true cost of their second vehicle, about $3,000 per year. They tested living with 1 car for 2 months. It was easier than they expected. They sold the second car and used the money for travel instead of depreciation, insurance, and maintenance. 5. Your work identity. This is the hardest thing to let go of. Michael, the guy who I grew up with, was a surgeon for 30 years. After retirement, he said, "I used to be Dr. Michael. Now I'm just Michael." He missed the validation. At first, he tried to hold on to that identity, but eventually he discovered new parts of himself: hobbies, mentoring, and becoming Grandpa Michael. Your job title was never who you were. It was what you did. The happiest retirees don't recreate their work identity. They discover who they are without it. You can't discover a new identity while clinging to the old one. Here is a simple task for you: the 3-step framework. Question 1. Does this serve my new life or my old life? Are you keeping it out of habit or because it truly adds value now? Question 2. What is this really costing me? Look beyond money. Consider time, stress, energy, and opportunity cost. Question 3. If I let this go, what becomes possible? More freedom, less stress, new experiences. The 90-day test. Before selling anything, live as if it's already gone for 60 to 90 days. If you don't miss it, that's your answer. Retirement isn't about deprivation. It's about optimization. The happiest retirees don't have the most stuff. They know the difference between what they own and what owns them. Your time, energy, and attention are now your most valuable resources. Don't waste them on things that belonged to your old life, not your new one.